Meanwhile, the Western Cape government has launched a toolkit to assist municipalities to quickly and efficiently implement third-party electricity wheeling. Infrastructure MEC Tertuis Simmers says that with less administrative work to be done, municipalities and the province will quicker be able to reach its objective of becoming less reliant on Eskom for energy generation and transmission. The toolkit also features a step-by-step implementation guide and spreadsheets to help municipalities set fair and standardized tariffs.
Reducing reliance on Eskom and also creating a framework for independent power producers within which to sell and wheel electricity to third parties. Of course, the Western Cape government has this morning launched a wheeling toolkit. And joining me to speak about what exactly this wheeling toolkit entails is the MEC for Infrastructure in the province, Tertuis Simmers. Minister, very warm morning to you. Let us start with exactly what this toolkit aims to do. What is it?
Well, what the toolkit aims to do is to ensure that third-party generation, in terms of getting the excess electricity that they generate into the system, but obviously, as we have been learning over the last 2 years, it's how do you get the excess energy onto the system? How do you ensure there's a framework with how either the private entity or the consumer who generates additional energy actually gets it into the municipal grid? What's the cost per kilowatt an hour? And what is the framework that needs to be in place to regulate all of that? Given, this is uncharted waters for a lot of municipalities. And in the Western Cape, it's how do we make an ease of business for all of these people I've just mentioned? And that is the first focus. But, the benefits of putting this wheeling kit together in terms of local government, many of them do not have the capacity or even understand or are still developing understanding of what to do, given that as the Western Cape, through our local government partners, seeks to become less reliant on the Eskom grid and the municipal grid itself, is to ensure that when they have excess energy producers or third-party producers within their own municipal jurisdiction, there's a clear understanding, there's a clear framework to outline, so to say, how the lay of the land will be. But it's to do an ease of business so that when I'm in a company, I want to invest in that municipality, but also as part of, and this is a new reality we're facing now, companies are focusing more and more on own energy generation, but obviously a lot of them generate excess energy. It's what do you do with that surplus? How do you partner with the municipality? How do you sell that back to the municipality as well?
Does this encourage the generation of green energy, bringing on more players in the green energy field?
Well, in the Western Cape, over the last 2 years, just from the private sector investment itself, the last figures that I was informed of was in excess of 3 billion rand, so it's already happening. The private sector and the open market are already showing and leading the way, but it's now, as a government, how do we regulate that? And that is also, part of the focus of this framework is to get a focused approach in terms of local government, assisting our colleagues, but also to play our role as provincial government in a coordinative structure.
You also mentioned earlier on this goes towards the long-term goal of reducing the energy reliance on Eskom, but also growing the province's economy, creating jobs as well.
No, indeed, when the Premier announced the Energy Council, part of the Premier's objective, supported by Cabinet and the Energy Council, is to ensure that towards the future, we produce 5,700 megawatts of energy in the Western Cape. Currently, we use 4,000 megawatts. And given, the uncertainty of when our Eskom grid will finally and hopefully be able to firstly generate enough energy, but also that their own network within our own province will be able to distribute that. The focus for us thus is to ensure future assurances to our investors, because if we have that and we have the investors, we can ensure growth for our citizens into the future. And within our provincial boundaries, we have a lot of our municipalities have got municipal grids, and it's to regulate that, to create a framework for them, to ensure the ease of doing business, because the growth for jobs strategy is focused on energy surety, but ensuring that we create jobs into the future as we seek to create a R1 trillion economy for the Western Cape. But all of that needs energy surety.